I'm super excited because I just received my order from Wild Boar Farms, and I wasn't gonna make this video because I'd already talked a little bit about what I bought, but this seed order was just so cute. I had to come and share it with you, and I'm so excited. I want to show you all the varieties that I got. So I wanted to do a quick Wild Boar Farms tomato seed unboxing videos to share the love. So I ordered 1,100 seed packs from them because there was so many things, it was impossible to narrow it down, and I knew that I was going to want to do a bunch of each one. So I didn't want to just get a couple, I wanted to get a bunch, and it came in 2 envelopes, and look at these envelopes, so cute. And it's like sealed up with a piece of Scotch tape. I've only ever ordered from, you know, like bigger seed companies before, and these tomatoes just seem so cool, but getting this package made me realize how much of, you know, like a niche small market product this is. This is literally someone who loves tomatoes, growing tomatoes and selling their tomato seeds. So inside the one, this was like what was inside the envelope, and you open it up and it is the invoice, and then it has the seeds taped on to the back of the invoice with a little piece of foam to protect it from going through any sort of mail sorting. And each of the little varieties are, I'm gonna take this foam off, but I don't necessarily want to take my seeds completely off because this is a good way for me to store them. But yeah, so each of my varieties are in little packs of seeds here with a little label on the front. When I ordered the larger packs, and when I ordered them, it said there'd be 100 to 150 seeds, and looking at the amount of seeds that come in these, it's definitely a generous amount. It's, you know, they definitely look like they're more than just 100 seeds in there, definitely closer to that 150 end of the scale, so that's extra exciting and also difficult because I'm going to be planting these in 72 trays, so there's only so many I can grow at once. But yeah, I'm super excited. The reason why I found out about Wild Boar Farms in the first place is because I saw people on Instagram posting about this cherry tomato that's just supposed to be more prolific than any tomato ever grown. And I want to make sure I say this right. So it's Berry's Crazy Cherry. And it's a yellow tomato. It's supposed to be really tasty, and the amount that it grows is just insane. And I've seen the clusters that they have in the pictures on the Wild Boar Farms website, but I've also seen the clusters on other people's plants that they grow in their home gardens, and this isn't a lie. This isn't like there was one massive cluster. This tomato really, really produces. So I went knowing like, yeah, I was gonna buy that, and then when I got to the website, I was in trouble because I wanted one of everything, or 100 of everything, I should say. But I am in Canada, so there's a bit of an exchange and then shipping and everything. So I had to keep myself a little focused. So I told myself I could only get 10, which is why I got 11, because obviously being focused in no way works. But so the other varieties that I got is Dark Galaxy. And I got that because, I mean, you know, look, it looks amazing. It looks so cool. But I think that it is gonna be like a really fun one. Like this one especially, I'm excited to take photos of, to share and brag about. I'm in Canada, so obviously my tomato growing season is a little bit shorter than other people's tomato growing season, and I always try to stay away from really, you know, like those oversized beefsteak slicing tomatoes. I prefer more of like a smaller tomato when I'm growing tomatoes. So I looked for things that were extra prolific in the list of tomatoes, because Wild Boar Farms, I believe, is down in California, so, you know, some really good tomato growing area, and so I wanted to make sure to get the stuff that they said was early and super prolific for them, because then, you know, worst case scenario, I'm still gonna get a good crop off of them. There was a few that I really like the look of, but I stayed away from them because they said they were a little bit later season. I figure better safe than sorry to just stick with the early season things. So, you know, a lot of this tomato stuff kind of depends on your area, but I always err on the side of extra tomatoes, I guess would be the way to put it. The other varieties that I got is Dragon's Eye. Honestly, as I was going through their tomatoes, I wanted them all. I loaded up a cart of everything that suited my growing conditions that I just talked about and that I like the look of, and I had about 25 in the cart. And then at that point I started to narrow things out based on what else I had to make sure, you know, I got the largest variety of things. I got green zebra cherry. Green zebra tomatoes aren't my favorite, but I'm excited to try a cherry version of it just because I love cherry tomatoes, and like how fun to have a mix and to have a couple of those green ones thrown in there. I got Indigo Apple. I love the coloring. You know, like getting those like really dark colors, and I've eaten other like indigo named tomatoes before and like them, so I'm excited to try that one. Probably one of the ones I'm the most excited to try, other than Barry's Crazy Cherry, is Norwood Meiners. The look of this is just, you know, like this I think is the coolest looking one. The, you know, the stripiness and all the details. You know, you look at these stripy tomatoes and they all start to blend in. I mean, they all look amazing, but they all also look like a stripy tomato, and this one really stood out as unique even among the other striped tomatoes. But you know, it's all personal preference. The next thing that I got the pink boar, the red boar, and the black and brown boar, and these are all pretty similar, but I wanted to get them because it kind of seemed like these might have been some of their original tomatoes, like all the different colored boars. And so this is basically one of those times when I'm going to be doing a seed trial. I'm gonna, you know, grow a couple of each of these different colored boars, and I'm gonna see which one grows the best and which one, you know, aesthetics wise I like the best. And then in the future I'll narrow it down probably to just one of them. And then I had to get the pork chop. I mean, how cool. Plus, I mean, Wild Boar Farms, you know, I gotta get everything pig themed. But yeah, I really like, I mean, I like the look of all of them. But yeah, I also really like the look of the pork chop. Then I got Sweet Tooth. So this one was a little bit of a different shape and a little bit of a variety. I am hoping to not keep all of these tomatoes for myself. I do want to start like a tray each of these, like 72 each. But I don't necessarily want to grow 72 of all 11 of these varieties. So, you know, I thought it'd be good to have a variety of shapes. So that is all the Wild Boar Farm seeds that I got that I'm super excited to be trying. I'm going to be putting these in a very safe spot. I am going to be starting my tomatoes end of February, beginning of March. I want to give them a good 8 weeks for March or to May 1st. I find that tomatoes 8 weeks out where I am get to be a good, you know, like a good transplant size. And then if I need to keep them in their containers until June, then they won't get so big that they outgrow their containers. So starting them March 1st, I can start them in a 72 tray, and then I can, you know, after a couple weeks I can pot them up, and then they'll just happily stay there, and that'll keep a reasonable amount of work for me. So stay tuned if you want to see what all these little babies look like, and also into the summer for when I finally get the tomatoes. I'm very excited to be able, you know, 6 months from now to make a follow-up video of, you know, a little pile of each of these varieties and see how close to the pictures I can actually get them. So if you haven't bought your tomatoes yet, I highly recommend considering Wild Boar Farms. They have tomatoes so exciting that I spent all my money on them, not actually, but they're, you know, they definitely seem to be worth the money, and I know anyone who has grown them highly recommends them. So I am spreading the word. Go get them before they sell out. Wild Boar Farms. Links down below, and I'll see you guys next time.